taking shots at me because I'm blind.
Not even live yet, and I'm already taking shots at you.
They can't see.
Look at this. He thinks he can read this.
I can read it.
He thinks he can read this.
I made it bold so I could read it.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are once again back after taking a week off here on Chewing Clock. Whew!
Yeah.
Oh, man, I don't like taking weeks off, but sometimes we have to. It was Valentine's Day. I had to court the wife, you know.
Right. We both had to court our wives. Me, my wife, and his wife.
Yeah, we weren't trying to court each other's wives.
No weird stuff going on there. You might ask yourself, why a football show on February 21st?
Well, I can answer that for you. The football season never ends. That is huge. But more importantly, the NFL CBA is currently being negotiated. They were supposed to have a vote today. However, that did not happen due to the players pushing it back.
Good for them.
Yeah, no, they should have. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, we'll get into that. But the CBA itself is a giant, colossal mess. We have new things coming in and out. Literally, as much as I change my underwear in the morning. It's ridiculous. So they're trying to do a give and take, obviously, because it's a negotiation.
Right.
One side wants one thing. One side wants the other. So, do you know what the owners want out of this?
Tell me what one of the things are that the owners want out of this. Besides, the answer is always money, but
yes,
break it down for me. What do you?
They want a 17-game schedule.
Right.
A 17-game schedule.
Exactly.
17 games.
In one season.
17.
With one bye. They're not giving you another bye, which I thought was going to be in their version of the agreement that they were going to add a bye. But they're not. At least in their side.
So all of this, I feel, so the two main keys, actually, I feel are both segues into something else in the future for the next CBA. So we'll get into that in a minute. But the other rule change, or not, technically it's a rule change, would be the playoff format where there's one bye per conference and a third wild card team. So you have 3 games in the AFC and 3 games in the NFC on wild card weekend. And the number 1 seed from each division gets the bye. So you get 3 move on, obviously.
So this would have been the format this year. Ravens bye, Niners bye. It would have been Bills at Texans. Well, I don't know because of the home teams.
Yeah.
Steelers and the Rams would have gotten in.
Yep.
Because of this format.
Yep.
Steelers would have played the Chiefs. Would that have been?
They would have gotten murdered.
That would have been an
awesome.
Game.
What were they, 9-7? 7-9? Let's get more 79 teams in the playoffs.
However, Rams would have played the Packers, and there's no doubt in my mind that the Packers could have laid an egg there and lost in that game.
I believe that. That
would have been interesting. That would have made this worth it. But this is what you're going to get every year. What was the Rams' final record? You're going to get 7 seeds.
The 1 year where a 7 seed may beat the 2 seed. The 1 year in 20 years?
Yeah.
That's going to make all this worth. No, none of this is worth it.
So what does that mean? We start earlier? We end later? The Super Bowl is in February?
So the 2 big things I heard were, 1, they were taking away a preseason game to make up that 17th game.
So we start earlier?
Yep.
Or they're just taking it away?
They're taking that last preseason game week and turning into week 1.
So you pretty much start August 20-ish.
Pretty much, yeah.
It will be your first game.
And then I also heard that they're trying to extend the season to President's Day weekend, which makes 0 sense to me.
President's Day weekend.
Which would be only 2 weeks away from where it is now.
You mean the Super Bowl be President's Day weekend?
Yes.
Holy schmoly. Well,
yeah. So
that's not a bad idea because
it would be last weekend.
But people get Monday off, which everybody wants, that Monday off after the Super Bowl.
Now, notoriously speaking, Sunday And so Saturday and Sunday are basically your dead time on TV.
Yeah.
Nobody actually watches anything. You're
Nobody
with your
watches
family.
television.
You're doing your. I mean, that's definitely a lie.
Yeah.
Ratings say otherwise. But you put your filler in on Saturday night, which is why the Super Bowl won't move to a Saturday. Now you have your people on President's Day weekend that go away for the weekend. Now you're potentially destroying half your population on the fact that they went away for the weekend.
That's a good point, because I don't know about the rest of the country, but the Massachusetts schools have that week off.
So now you have all of Massachusetts going on vacation.
I mean, that might be more than just Massachusetts. That could be a lot of states. And all of a sudden, that Disney trip or that trip to Florida or to the islands in the winter with your family, now what? You're going to watch the Super Bowl in what, Dulles Airport?
Yeah, no.
How's that going to work?
I don't see them pushing the season back or the Super Bowl back to President's Day weekend for that reason. It doesn't make logistical sense under any circumstance.
You're going to have to kiss the cold weather fields goodbye. I know they were considering them, a cold weather field to play the Super Bowl. You're going to have to kiss that goodbye.
I mean, they tried it once.
February.
They tried it once.
Yeah.
New York, MetLife.
Yeah,
didn't
great.
work so well.
Fantastic.
It was awful, actually.
Awful.
It was probably the worst way to go about a Super Bowl under any circumstance.
NFL.
Yeah.
They can afford to shoot themselves in the foot all the time, but they seem to do it a lot.
That's what they're good at. So, what else are you going to do?
Watch the XFL?
You know, it's actually been really entertaining. I've thoroughly enjoyed the XFL.
I like the idea of these are our only teams, and here's when they play. You know, the NFL is like, we're going to pick 5-6 games, and we're going to show you this. Unless regionally, we're going to show you this. XFL's like, well, we only have this many teams, so here they are. Here they are in their time slots. Love it or leave it.
Yep. Don't mind me. I'm getting some shares out there now that I'm not blocked on Facebook.
Good for you.
Oh, man. It took 3 months, but I'm not blocked on Facebook.
If you're wondering what he did, it wasn't.
Yeah,
it wasn't devious.
It's exactly what I just did to get more viewers, actually.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I got blocked on Facebook. Because Mark Zuckerberg does not like me.
You certainly know which algorithms to F with.
Oh, absolutely. Everything about Facebook legitimately... I don't know if I should say this without getting blocked. You know what? I'm doubling down. Everything about Facebook is useless at this point.
We are on
so
Facebook
tired
Live.
of them.
On Facebook Live right now, folks.
On Facebook Live. Maybe Twitch soon.
But we're gonna get that deal with the betting DraftKings.
We're working on it.
Yeah, we're gonna get that deal. And the town of Hudson in New Hampshire. If you're watching us all around wherever, we are in New Hampshire. The town over is voting this March on an actual brick and mortar sports betting store.
Oh.
Whether or not that's going to be legal in their town. The only reason why that would come up is if someone wants to put one there.
Yep.
So sounds to me like if it passes, which I don't think it will, there will be a brick and mortar store where you can go in. I don't know if you've ever seen these off-track betting places in these other states like New Jersey, New York. Kind of shady. But, you walk in, there's going to be a bunch of recliners. There's going to be a bunch of monitors. You're going to be able to place bets and sit there and watch your games, watch your horse races, your harness races, if you like the harness. Do you like the harness?
I don't even know what that is.
That's when it's like a gladiator. You're in this like gladiator thing. I don't know. You have to be a really degenerate gambler.
Russ, you wanna do me a favor
Russ,
and find out what he's talking about?
Russ, you know what harness racing is?
No.
That's what you've seen it though. It's the guy is in like this chariot looking thing, and with the horse. It's called harness racing.
No,
I think I've seen that on Pornhub.
I've been on Pornhub too much.
The horses are in a harness, but they ain't racing. So anyway, if that goes through, we're going to have another potential sponsor.
The Pornhub harness racing or the...
We'll have another potential sponsor if they get their store.
Yeah.
We can even do the show from that store. The
All
harness
right,
racing.
so CBA stuff. Getting away from the harness racing.
Legalized sports betting in New Hampshire. Love it.
So, how many lockouts and or strikes have there been in the history of the NFL?
Well, good thing I printed it out in 9 font, bold. This seems to have been, I think, 6, but there's a lot of different negotiations going on between 1968 and where we are today. The last ratified CBA was in 2011, which I believe, and I think we came to the agreement, the players gave up way too much.
Yes.
And this was ratified by the Players Union in August, but agreed to in July of 2011. They weren't that far away from losing game checks, which is what scared the hell out of them. And I can understand. I mean, it was Brady versus the NFL. It's Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning. All these players that are speaking out against the CBA then and now are the ones that make crazy money.
Yep.
And it always comes down to the guy who makes $1 million, bought his mom a house, has a house, he's got all these cars, maybe he's taking care of some family members. That doesn't go very far, especially when the game checks don't come in. So these guys are willing to vote yes on something that may not be good for the future of their union, maybe better for the owners, which is what they did, because in 2008 they had 60. The owners took $1 billion. Here's the NFL makes X amount of money this year. The owners take $1 billion off the top for expenses. That's what's collectively bargained. And then the players used to get 60% of revenue. Owners would get 40% of the revenue as of 2008. But in the 2011 negotiations, they gave back almost 13, 14, 15%.
They went from 60% down to like 46%.
Which is, if that's why. Now you know why they didn't fire Goodell during the whole Patriot
he just
thing?
made them an extra.
Because in 2011, he barred. So
And then you have the owners splitting 54% between 32 of them.
Right.
Which is a huge difference.
Absolutely. It's you could see how maybe they're trying to stand up for it now. I mean, some of the pushback that we're hearing to get us up to speed. The NFLPA was supposed to look at it today and maybe even vote today.
Yes.
I guess the executive board of the NFLPA, which does not include current players, it's a advisory board, which is not a binding vote, but they 6-5 voted no, don't take it. NFLPA, now it goes to the 32 team reps, and they decided we're not voting right now. So that's where we stand right now.
I don't believe the 32 team reps for the NFLPA have the players' best interest at heart, which may come as a surprise.
You mean going for the NFLPA union interest at heart, or the current players?
The current players.
Okay.
The current players. Yeah. No, I didn't know where I was going with that thought.
But it's the same thing.
The NFLPA reps for each of the 32 teams interchange far too much.
And they're
for them
always
to be
rich
cohesive.
guys. They're always rich guys.
Well, Ted Johnson was one for 3 years. It's a matter of...
They're always the rich guys.
Yeah. So now you got that 25-year-old kid making $750,000 because that's the league minimum, who has his best interest at heart.
After taxes, that's a little over $500,000.
He's the only one that has his best interest at
Yeah.
heart.
Unless your mom lives in Alabama, you can't buy her a house and you a house for $500,000. That's so you can understand why the players like
Ohio's pretty cheap too.
Who wants to live in Ohio?
Lovers are in Ohio.
Lovers?
Lovers.
Lovers love Ohio.
Lovers love Ohio.
So one of the things that the pushback some of the players were talking about, and a lot of this I learned from Ted Johnson this week on radio, was
phenomenal radio guy, by the way.
Right now, lifetime health insurance, which is big for them. Right now, only veterans get it, and to be a veteran, you have to play 3 years and 3 games to qualify as a veteran.
Like, so 3 full seasons in 3 games?
You have to be on a roster for 3 seasons and 3 games. Full seasons and 3 games.
So you don't have to play? You just have to be on the rosters?
Yeah, you could be hurt.
Okay.
Yeah. So that makes you a veteran. And the average lifespan of an NFL professional athlete is what?
I think it's 4 to 6 years.
I think it's less than that. You're talking about everybody.
Yeah.
Could be. I think it's less. We'll check.
It might be.
So now they're saying, okay, so now there's 17 games.
Yep.
So now I have to play 3 extra games and then another 3 games? That's not bargained in my contract that I signed in 2014, 15, 16, whatever. So that they haven't figured that out yet. What they are doing is, as far as game checks go, one of the things that in this collective bargain agreement from the owners is that you'll still get an extra game check for that extra game, but it's capped at $250,000, which means if you're a $4 million and change per year guy, that's what you'd make anyway per game. But $30 million quarterback is going to make the same game check as the $4 million punter. That's not going to go over very well.
Sounds like you don't like that. There is a counterpoint to that, though. The counterpoint to that is that you can only start in 16 games. So the 17th game. Now, for the love of God, give me Jared Stidham against the Steelers in Week 17 because Tom Brady started all season. I'm in.
The game check.
I would love that every second of it.
Oh, God. You get a game check if you're on the roster.
Yep.
You don't have to be starting the game. You don't have to be playing the game. You get a game
but if you're
check.
not playing in the game, are you really going to make a big deal about $30 million or $250,000?
There are guys out there that are gonna.
Yeah, well, Antonio Brown's out of the league, so
there are guys out there that are gonna bitch about that.
That is true. It is gonna happen.
All right.
Next.
All right. Some of the pushbacks was lifetime health insurance.
Yep. Which
I think they should get the minute they sign a NFL contract, even on the squad.
I wouldn't go that far.
The money isn't coming from your taxes. The money's coming from the NFL owners.
Yep.
The moment you sign a contract with the NFL, you should have lifetime health insurance.
If you're on a team for one day, and it's not even like a play day, you get the day after the draft, you get put on, I don't know, let's say New England calls you, hey, we want to sign you to our futures roster, and then calls you back the next day, hey, you're fired. You don't deserve lifetime health insurance.
You shouldn't have signed him.
Oh, no.
Well,
I'm not about that one.
Say you sign Joe Schmo to the practice squad. Okay.
Do it baseball style. One league game day.
Makes you a pro.
Or practice day, technically. Not like you sign in the middle of March, nothing happens, you get released in the middle of April. No.
Okay, well, what Joe Schmo signs to the Patriots practice squad 3rd week into the season.
Yep.
Okay. Practices this for them for the week, blows out his ACL.
Yep. As of right now, he doesn't have life or health insurance or lifetime health insurance.
He hurt himself playing for the NFL.
I'm all for him having health insurance. Him, yes. Again, if it's that week in March, April, when you're literally doing nothing with the team, no, I'm not about it.
Okay, I see what you're saying. But if you're playing you're on the roster and you're practicing and you get hurt.
From day one of the games, like actual play time,
What do they call
season,
those?
spring training, it's baseball.
OTAs.
Yeah, from day one of OTAs to the Super Bowl. If
You
you are
step
on a
field
run, yes,
with cleats on,
yes,
it starts then.
not workouts,
Okay.
not
the bike.
with the actually no.
Like that?
I'm not even about it.
The
No,
bike?
absolutely. The voluntary workouts, no, those are voluntary. It's in the name. Yeah, can I bleep myself on that one?
I know, that was good. Because he couldn't do it as fast.
It is literally in the name voluntary. So no, you don't get health insurance for that if you're a rookie. Once you hit day one of OTAs, it kicks in.
Okay.
I'm about it.
I'll agree with that, but I will say OTAs, although they say optional, if you don't go, you are in a lot of programs, a lot of coaches, a lot of GMs' mind. I don't want them.
That is accurate. However,
But
there's
I still agree
plenty of
with your-
players who do skip OTAs
Yes, when
for
they're
various reasons.
right. Okay, so some of the other pushback was legalize marijuana,
I'm all for it.
CBD.
All for it.
All for it.
If you
So
want a
stupid.
17-game season, give the players weed. Done.
It's so stupid. by
One
now.
thing you won't budge on and one thing they won't budge on. Boom, you meet in the middle. Done.
It's just so dumb. I mean, Josh. Oh God, Patriots. Gordon's. He gets nailed for weed all the time. But that's
no.
not his problem.
No, it's not weed.
Well, the first
no.
few times it was.
The first few.
But that's
no,
not
it
his
progressed
problem.
though.
That's not his problem. Weed is not his problem.
No.
And that's what they keep pointing at. Well, Josh, two times for smoking weed. He lost his career. That wasn't his problem. He tested positive for weed, but that was far from what was going on with Josh Gordon. Anyway, they want to add a bye week. If you're going to make us play 17 games, we want an extra bye week
I don't agree with that one.
because just to get healthy. But I don't know how that's going to work. Sometimes you put things in a contract that you know aren't going to be accepted, just so you can say, well, we wanted another bye week, but you said no, so we conceded. Even you put things in here that you know aren't going to get in there.
Yep. What else do we got?
Current contract, the game checks, talked about that. Guaranteed contracts is another one of those things that they'll say, but they'll say no and they'll take it off the table.
That will literally never happen in the NFL.
Take it off the table.
There will never be guaranteed contracts in the NFL, with the exception of the one rare Kirk Cousins, 3 years, whatever million.
Of all people.
All guaranteed.
Yeah.
You're going to have one of those every 5 to 10 years.
And they might start getting more of them.
They might.
You never know.
But they will never always have fully guaranteed
never,
contracts.
Never.
What else?
Legalize human growth hormone for rehab.
I'm not a fan.
I was so into the steroids era. I did a lot of research back then. Read a lot about human growth hormone and how they use it for working out and getting stronger and that sort of thing. I'm against because it's some of this stuff. They might call it human growth hormone, but some of this there was one of these things I forgot what it was called that farmers give to their steer.
They're horses.
And they literally gain weight, not moving. They don't even move.
Somebody was just caught with that exact drug, and I forget who it was. Oh, it was the Astros pitcher, Martez Francis, which is the sweetest bit of irony in sports ever, by the way.
Yeah.
But we're not a baseball show.
Wasn't cheating enough. But human growth hormone for rehabilitation to get you healthy off the trainer's table, back on the field, rehab a knee, rehab whatever. I mean, I don't know how you're going to draw the line. I think both parties should agree to look into it to see if that's something that can be monitored, because human growth hormone for rehab situations. Like if you had good insurance when you hurt your knee, that is something that you could, if nothing else worked, you could go to that stage where they could do that, and that could be something that would help you. So I think it's something that they should both agree to look into. But you're talking about the NFL. They're not going to do squat.
That's exactly it.
One of the other ones was bringing the revenue split back to over 51% plus, which isn't going to, I think that could eventually happen in maybe 2 or 3 CBAs from now, but they're lucky if they're going to get the 48.5% this time.
So wrapping this back to the beginning real quick, what I think the 2 big moves the NFL wants are precursors to. The 7-team playoff is just a precursor to an 8-team playoff. Top 2 from each division make it. There's no bye weeks anymore. Everybody plays wild card weekend.
Yep.
That's what that's going to. The 17-game schedule is a precursor to the 18-game schedule with a second bye week and an expansion. Oh, there's an expansion coming.
Yeah, they want
It's been talked about nonstop this week with the CBA. There's an expansion coming. Ugh. It's just a matter of when.
That's so bad.
Yep. There's not enough quarterbacks for the teams they have now, and they want to add 2, 3, 4, 6, 10. How many teams do they want?
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe they buy the XFL.
That's ridiculous. I don't like that at all.
We've
talked about that. I don't like that
we have gotten into that many of times, and we'll probably get into it a few more times, but tonight's not that night.
And this is why a lot of the veterans who are saying no, Josh
Jesus?
Yeah, you know him.
Yeah.
The Niners cornerback that got burnt in the Richard Sherman. And
J.J.
Watt.
Josh?
I don't know. Josh Norman. I was thinking Josh Norman. Richard Sherman, J.J. Watts, a lot of these guys are saying no because they're pointing to 17 games means they're going to go to 18.
Yep.
That's then they'll say, oh, now you can have your second bye.
Yep.
So
now they want 18 on the NFL standpoint.
The NFL doesn't care if game 1 through 4 the product is so bad. Yeah. They don't care if you have any preseason.
They just want the money.
Just start the season, open the gates, pay the money, roll the cameras. That's all they care about. If they take away another preseason game or they cut OTAs.
Did you spray cologne over there?
No. I had it in my pocket. I leaned into it. I'm sorry.
I'm like, I all of a sudden have the biggest whiff of cologne in my face.
Well, do you want some more?
No. No, it's kind of overwhelming, actually.
No, I took my sweatshirt off, and I had this sweatshirt on, and I put a little of the spray deodorant on, and I had it in my pocket, and then I leaned into it, and it sprayed.
So are you telling me your pants have a wet spot now?
They might. They might. They usually do on this show.
Ain't that the truth?
It's smelling, though.
Yeah. This smells a lot better.
Anywho.
Moving back into topic here.
Owners bad.
Yes. The owners only look out for themselves. They don't look out for the players. And the players don't look out for the players. Or the Players Association doesn't really look out for the players. But the players pretend to look out for the players.
But the owners provide jobs.
That is very true. And they can potentially make millions of dollars. There's a give and take here, guys.
Right. They provide jobs. You can get a job at the stadium and sell peanuts.
Oh, I was talking about football
$5 an hour in commission. You can get that.
Football player make football player.
You can make $7 million just for being really bad at your job.
Yeah, but you're a talented athlete that not many people can do what you do on the planet.
I mean, I know you don't know that there's a football league in Poland and there's a football league in Sweden.
And they suck.
Probably. I've never actually watched it.
They suck.
So we're going to move into the top 5 rookie quarterbacks going into the draft.
All right.
Did you have any more? I think we covered it all. Well, especially the precursor
Well,
part
I
of it.
guess the only thing was that this CBA expires next year.
Yeah, so they have one full season left.
Right. They were pushing this to get it done now. If by next week sometime they say we're not voting or they just vote no, then the owners are going to say, all right, we're not going to come back to this until next March to put pressure. Because
I'm just getting ready to yell.
they're going to put pressure. He's got something on Joey Burrow.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
So-
I do.
The owners are going to put pressure by starting this again next March to scare them into signing it, which is what
Yep.
they always do. That's it on the CBA.
Hopefully they're just not dumb enough to give up more of the percentage.
All right.
All right, into the rookie quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Number 1 overall, it's almost a foregone conclusion now. It will be the Cincinnati Bengals drafting quarterback Joe Burrow out of LSU. Is that his LSU?
Yes.
Yeah, LSU. Now, let me tell you why that is the dumbest thing that Cincinnati can do. Who in the world wants to draft a guy as their franchise quarterback who started one season? You're asking for trouble. After one season, you are not NFL ready under any circumstance. Yeah, he's from the Cincinnati area. Ooh, I don't care.
Ohio is for lovers.
All the lovers. There's no reason why Joe Burrow, first off, he shouldn't have even won Heisman, but took the national championship. He's got to take the Heisman. That LSU team is loaded with talent, and he benefited from the talent around him. The Cincinnati Bengals are losing all of their offensive talent besides Joe Mixon. They are not going to be a good solution. And Joe Burrow is not going to be a good quarterback no matter what team he goes to anyway. That is my rant.
That's the Joe Burrow rant.
Whew. It's a
And-
little different than the Lamar Jackson rant. A little bit different.
When he's on a team and is playing well, then you'll go on after him like you go after Jackson.
Absolutely.
So
There's always that one quarterback in every draft class that I just can't stand for one reason or another.
So one of the reasons that Jake may end up right is because these teams are so hungry for quarterbacks that all it takes is one season that someone puts up crazy numbers. It doesn't matter, the players around them. If you put up crazy numbers, you win the Heisman. They
Take
need
home the
quarterbacks
national
so badly.
championship.
You need quarterbacks so badly.
I've never seen a more talented team than LSU. Even Alabama in their heyday was still not that talented as this 2019 FCS championship LSU team. I think
don't
it's
like
projected that
college football.
5 of them are going in the first round.
I don't like college football.
Same, but I know enough to keep talking about
I don't know anything about college football.
So yeah, that's my Joe Burrow rant. What do you think about Joe Burrow?
All I see from him is what they show on highlights.
Yeah.
So I wasn't a big Tua guy, and then he got hurt, so I'm less of a Tua guy. So
I would not be surprised to see Tua drop into the second round.
So I'm not. I mean, by default, this quarterback class isn't very good in quantity and quality, especially quantity.
Yeah.
But quality, I mean, everybody was high on Tua till he got hurt, and then Joe Burrow came out of nowhere. And, I mean, I like some other guys that we're talking about better.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
mean, people with, Oregon's good.
Justin Herbert.
Washington had some talent on the team. Oregon's stacked. But we just watched them, and they looked like more polished quarterbacks than Burrow and Tua.
Either Jacob Eason or Justin Herbert is going to be the best quarterback out of this draft class. No matter what teams they go to.
Who has Schefter? Who has Eason going to the Patriots?
That's Mel Kiper.
The Kuiper.
Yep.
Now,
In the first round.
His father is Tony Eason, but
not the
that
Tony Eason. So Herbert, Tua, and Burrow will probably all be top 5 to 7 picks at the latest. Eason and Jordan Love are going to be the ones that fall. Whether it be end of the first, into the second, no matter what, they're all going to be off the board probably by mid-second.
So Patriots have the 27th pick if they don't trade it.
23rd.
Okay. Do they think they can get him in the second round if they trade out of the first round? If he is their target. Let's assume he's their target.
Honestly, at the quarterback position, I would never chance it. If anybody else on the board at all, I would say yes. Take the chance. Stock up on some later round picks, but not at quarterback. Especially as of right now, we still don't know Tom Brady's future. Even so, we could know Tom Brady's future. In one way or another, we're still going to need a guy 2 years down the road. Because Tom Brady ain't staying forever.
Right. If Tom Brady signed, do you still go after Eason?
Yes.
I would too.
Absolutely. You need that next guy, and it's not Jared Stidham. Mr. Pick Six, the one NFL pass he gets.
Stid the kid, baby.
I hate him.
Stid the kid.
Jacob if that's your target, Jacob Eason, you take him with that 23rd pick. Use 2 third-round picks to move back into the second if you see somebody else you want.
Now, we watched a little bit of game tape. Of course, it's YouTube, and they only put the best highlights. But this kid's a giant. This kid's 6'6", 230 pounds. The technique, which you maybe laugh at to people who we're not in football, but you laugh at us when we say technique. But if you watch some of these other quarterbacks,
Jordan Love specifically,
just a simple 3-step drop, Jordan Love doesn't do. Now, Herbert and Eason, their technique is flawless. The poise in the pocket. Eason's, we watched that check down.
Yep.
He missed the check down because he was watching the pass and how fast the pass came out. Now, Eason was looking to the left, didn't like it, turned down right down the middle, touchdown.
Eason probably, in my opinion, has the best full-on release and release mechanics of this draft class.
I was impressed.
He looks good. However, Herbert has the best ball. Just straight up the best ball coming out of the hand.
Yeah, he was we saw a play where he did 3 things in one play.
Yep.
The technique was flawless.
Yep.
The pocket presence to get the hell out of Dodge.
Yep.
Perfect. Threw on the run, took a hit, threw a good ball.
He threw
all in one play.
Perfect. Well, I wouldn't say it was perfect. It could have easily been intercepted.
It was a better catch than a pass.
Yep.
But it
showed the kind of quarterback he is. And it was good. It was a beautiful play.
Yeah, I was impressed with both of those guys.
I don't trust Tua's health.
No.
Under any circumstance.
It's the same injury that Bo Jackson had. Of course, it's 30 years later, and I assume medicine is, caught up with those types of injuries, a degenerating hip type of thing. But anytime anybody gets that, when they say the Bo Jackson hip, that's got to be a red flag. I don't see how you could invest.
I was going to say, if Miami takes him second, third, fourth, wherever they end up after some crap trade that they're going to mortgage their future for, it's going to be a mistake. They should take Justin Herbert if they want to actually be decent.
Some of these teams, they just want a name to put asses in the seats for a couple of years, then start over again. Get another name.
Oh, hey, Cleveland, how you doing?
In the seats. Yeah, and Miami might fall down the same way if they have the same ownership.
What do we got?
Oh, that was
Cap casualties now?
Sure. The latest one was today was Prince Amakamura.
Prince Amakamura and Taylor Gabriel were both released by the Chicago Bears today. That's
They saved $13 million,
13.5, putting them up to what was 23.6.
something like that.
Yeah.
So they are in pretty good shape.
Yep.
That's still not great. You still have to
It's like-
draft.
That's still like 23rd in the league.
You
That's
have to
not that
draft.
great.
Yeah, you still have to do a draft and sign these guys.
Other people around the league that have been released, we have Josh Norman,
Yep.
Damon Snacks Harrison
Yep.
was released. Everson Griffin avoided his contract due to certain provisions he had in his contract, which ended up saving the Vikings $13 million in the cap. They desperately needed the money. Their cap situation this year is screwed, which is why they're thinking about trading Stephon Diggs as well, because that's only I think it was a $4 million cap hit, but saves them 16.
How's that guaranteed contract treating you?
Yeah, Cousins is screwing them.
Of all people to give a guaranteed contract.
Yep. Hey, you know what? It's gotten them to the playoffs.
I should have given it to Diggs if you're going to guarantee somebody.
Diggs doesn't even want to be there anymore.
No, he does not. I guess he's wiped
He's done with
all
Cousins.
his social media
Yep.
accounts, wiped them of anything that related to the Minnesota Vikings. So that kind of tells you that he's ready to go.
Another
ready to
cap
go.
casualty that could be coming. Odell Beckham. But
He would love it.
He would love it, but however, I'm pretty sure they're just going to trade him. Get something in return for him.
It'd be smarter. It'd be a lot easier to get something for him.
Yep.
So,
Richard Sherman could find his
picks.
way to cap casualty land.
Yep.
He doesn't have a lot of dead money attached to him. Jimmy Garoppolo, depending on where San Francisco wants to go.
Yeah, Sherman, I'm surprised he hasn't been dumped yet because not a very impressive Super Bowl. Still to save a few $1 million. I say this every year, but it never happens. Slater for the Patriots.
He's a free agent.
Oh,
so they don't have to cut him.
It's he's like a $5 or $6
Speaking
million
of the Patriots, another cap casualty that could be coming. Steven Gostkowski. Nick Folk did fine, 14 for 17. Gostkowski's been shaky. He's 36.
Yeah.
Gostkowski could end up being a cap casualty.
Too. Wonder what his didn't they re-sign? I wonder what his dead money is. I wouldn't even know how to find that right now. Wouldn't be fast enough.
Hang on. Talk.
Talk amongst yourselves. Russ, where's Matt? Where's he now?
He hasn't moved in a half hour.
Uh-oh.
Does he know we stalk him now?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
Excellent.
It's
Russ
not
has
long
got
before he starts playing games with it.
Russ has put a GPS tracker in his son's car and is watching him drive around, which is awesome. I have the Life 360 app, and I get to see where all my family is at all times.
His
wife
his
doesn't like
dead
that.
cap space would be $1.4 million, which would save 3.2, 3.6.
Yeah, I mean, they're usually pretty good about staying under the cap and out of cap hell. So if they don't think he can come back and kick, though he had a hip problem too. So if they don't think he can come back and kick, then, like you said, Folk was fine. We're used to having better than fine.
At kicker, specifically.
So not going to go draft one like the Raiders. Didn't they take Kowski in the first round that year?
Can I just say, Janikowski was a once-in-a-lifetime kicker.
But
I don't care. He was a once-in-a-lifetime
first
kicker.
round pick.
Once in a lifetime.
But he wasn't that great.
Once in a lifetime.
They thought he was going to be.
Once in a lifetime. He was. There's no thinking. He literally was once in a lifetime.
True. There's nobody else.
Can I just say the best part of the XFL is seeing Marquette King punt a football again. The dude is a magician as a punter, but his attitude sucks.
I don't know who that is. That's a
He's
big
a
guy?
punter.
The huge guy?
No, he was the punter for Oakland for one season, but he got in too much trouble off the field.
Because he's a genius.
guy has a boot for a leg.
I'm going to boot for a leg, baby. That's good XFL talk.
All right. Latest on the Tom Brady watch.
So some of the buzz in the Boston sports radio, because they have nothing else to talk about, is that at the end of the day, Tom Brady is going to get what he wants. A team's going to offer him a crap load of money. The Crafts are going to say, please, Tom, don't go. And he's going to wuss out and just re-sign with the Patriots.
I agree.
That's what the buzz is. You agree with that?
Yep. It's going to come down to emotion between either Kraft or Brady. One of them's going to break, and Brady's going to end up back with New England either way. Doesn't really matter who breaks. Now, let's have a little bit of fun. Other speculation is that Tom Brady could sign with the Tennessee Titans. Now, I'm going to tell you why he's not going to do that. First things first, name one real weapon that the Tennessee Titans have that's not named Derrick Henry. I'll wait.
Let's see. Receivers for them.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Tight ends. Other running backs. Anybody? Can you name anybody?
Chris Sanders?
Who is that? Is that like your coworker at the radio station? Like,
it's probably 15 years ago.
No?
Let's see.
They don't have Eddie George anymore.
Earl Campbell.
No.
Earl Campbell's not playing?
All right, so they have A.J. Brown.
Kenny Britt.
No.
He's long retired.
A.J. Brown and Delaney Walker. Delaney Walker's on his last legs.
Hal Hollywood Brown.
No, wrong Brown.
Oh.
Hollywood Brown is Marquise Brown, and he's on the Ravens.
Oh, right.
A.J. Brown is like the 6'7", juiced out of his mind wide receiver.
All right. So he's already cool with human growth hormones. He's all
Corey Davis is a free agent.
Yeah.
Dion Lewis is a free agent. And I've never heard of anybody else on the Tennessee Titans weapons front.
Right.
And Tom Brady coming in with a second-year wide receiver and a bunch of guys nobody's ever heard of ain't going to happen. He's trying to get a better team.
Well, what are they under the cap? Are they going to go out and get Stefon Diggs? Are they going to go out and get...
If they re-sign Derrick Henry
Cooper?
and sign Tom Brady, they have no money left.
Okay, so that's not happening.
No. So if they want to bring in Brady, they have to lose Derrick Henry. Is that something they want to do? Do they want to let Derrick Henry walk because they want Tom Brady for one season? No, they're going to re-sign Ryan Tannehill at like 6, 8, maybe $10 million.
If it was Tom Brady at 28, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Because running backs are like 3 years and they die.
But when you have Tom Brady and Derrick Henry both signed X amount of money, you're looking at maybe $7 million left to play. So you can get one halfway decent weapon. And in this draft class or this free agent class, there's a lot of good receivers. You're not getting a good receiver for boom. Just released today. You guys can go get Taylor Gabriel.
There you go. Go get him. Just as good as Doug Gabriel was. Not good, in case you don't know who that is.
Now, the Patriots, without tearing apart their defense, also don't have the money to do all these moves they want to do to appease Tom. So to re-sign Tom, let's say bring in Hunter Henry. Let's say $6 million on a prove-it deal, 1 year, $6 million.
Mm-hmm.
And to bring in A.J. Green or trade for Stephon Diggs. Either way, they're going to be around the same amount of money.
They think Cooper will play for a prove-it deal.
I don't think Cooper's playing for a prove-it deal. Amari Cooper can go 4 years, something.
Somebody would give it to him.
$96 million for crying out loud.
Since he could give it to him.
Yeah. No, Cooper's not going to hit a gimme deal. So you're going to get Diggs in a trade, or you're going to get A.J. Green. Now you got two people as weapons that are both injury prone as hell. Yep, that helps. Cool, you've already screwed yourself. Oh, boy.
A phone call.
We have a phone call.
There's four people watching us.
Ooh.
What if it's the Philly guy?
Oh, man.
It was your son. Dad, stop. Stop watching that.
So you have almost no money to play with if you re-sign Tom, make that Stephon Diggs move, and sign Hunter Henry, yeah, you just revitalize your offense. Now you lose Devin McCourty, Kyle Van Noy, Jamie Collins. I'm trying to remember who else on that defense is a free agent right now.
I don't think Van Noy's coming back.
He's going to get paid.
I think someone would want to pay him, and I think they're unimpressed with the second half of his season.
Yep. I think Devin McCourty's gone unless he takes a hometown discount, but somebody for that leadership will be willing to pay him.
He could end up at the Titans.
Yeah.
He could end up with the Titans.
Titans
could.
Giants are a good fit for him.
The Titans could use him, lose Logan Ryan, or they could bring them both back. And if Logan Ryan takes a prove-it deal or a little small change, Jason McCarty is gone.
His career's over.
He's over. He's done.
Stephon Gilmore and J.C. Jackson are the future of the cornerback.
You would say, normally, you'd say, well, Prince, Shaka Khan.
Nakamura.
Shaka Khan is available.
Prince Shaka Khan.
But his last season, 58 tackles. I looked at it downstairs. 9 assists, no interceptions. Kind of average. I mean, his name is going to demand more money than he's worth.
Yep.
So you might as well start it with J.C. Jackson if you're going to pay Prince Amanakura.
I can't tell if you're screwing around or if
No,
you
I
actually
can't
can't
remember.
say his
Say it
name. I've
again?
said his name. Amakamura.
I should know that. I work with the lovely Channel 7 anchorwoman Amaka Ubaka. I should remember that Amakamura is his name. You know that? You didn't know that, did you?
No.
You don't watch.
I don't watch channels.
You don't watch Channel
news.
7 in the morning, do you?
I don't watch news. Have you met me?
You seem like a news knowledge of the news guy.
You think I get that from Fox News? No. You think I get that from CNN? No. You think I get that from local station news? No. I do my own damn research.
Yep. What do you AP? You can scour the AP wire?
You damn right.
I like AP. AP's good.
I mean, so yeah, that's that. I don't really have anything else.
So let's break it down.
All right.
Owner's bad.
Owner's bad. Yes.
CBA bad.
Horrible.
Pretty much everything they want to shove down the player's throat is bad.
Yep.
The players are going to end up, maybe not this next week, but a year from now, they're going to end up bending over and taking it hard.
Yes.
From the owners.
Absolutely.
That's a guarantee. Brady's going to sign with the Patriots.
Yep.
None of these guys, none of these free agents that just got let go are going to the Patriots.
Probably not.
Stephon
Diggs
does not want to play in Minnesota anymore.
Correct.
Everybody thinks he's going to the Patriots. Not going to happen. Probably not.
Chances are he ends up in like Carolina.
So Tom Brady's going to sign, and his receivers are going to be the same exact ones he had this year, with a year older Edelman and a year older Sanu, if he doesn't even get cut.
Oh, he's going to be a cap casualty too, hands down.
And we're praying for Jacob Eason.
For the Patriots, yes.
For the Patriots.
All right, yeah, that's a good roundup.
If you're a Patriots fan.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages.
That's it.
That's all we got. Circus Monkey Sports, Sunday nights on the Game Changer Sports Network. Talk Interference Sports, either Tuesday or Wednesday nights on the Game Changer Sports Network, whatever day they decide, really. XFL coverage coming at you hard. We got people all over the place doing stuff with the XFL. And we officially announced we are out on paintball. We are not covering it anymore. So, y'all have a great night. We will see you next week.